make them do that. Yeah. They do stuff like that to us. Why can't we do it to them? Design fitna. You get the fitna you want by designing the setup. That's what we've done with Boss Man, and it's too late. He can't get out of it. I just mentioned a few things and then I'll close. Remember, everybody, I just want y'all to donate to us and donate well. We didn't have too much going on. I'm just trying to tell you something you would not understand. It's the colored way to deal with the white man and the Zionists. No matter how long I sit here, you're not going to understand, but at least you would have heard it. Because what door you want to come in, whatever one it takes to get the job done. If Boss Man go underestimate you, you play with him and make him underestimate you. If he just doing a little bit, you see stuff and you act so slow that you almost be Mississippi-ized, in behavior. Yasa and Nausa and scratching. You got it. You're having fun now. Don't worry about it. Some people can't do that because they're not making this a game. This is a game. It's like chess is a game. War is a game. The ones that play in that environment, to them it's a game, right? And they want to take home the gold. They want to take all right. To them it's a game. To the ones that's managing it, they're not getting killed. The children of the poor kids is getting killed. They're using them like pawns. They're not going to, whatever happened, not going to happen to them, right? They're just ego, all we lost. You know what I mean? The other guy is crippled and crazy and everything else, right? So you have to lose. You have to use this stuff. Fundraising, Juma dinner. Remember Imam Luke? Y'all may not remember Imam Luqman. And in 2009, he was killed up in, he's a good friend of mine. He was in Imam Jamil's community. But they came there and you could read all information on source number 1 up to source number 6. And they tried to give him some money to do something in Detroit. He said, we ain't gonna hurt no innocent people. You ever read that? We're not gonna hurt no innocent people. You know what I mean? The government knew. But then they come in and they shot him and killed him. They shot him 18 times, some say 21 times. Okay? He was Imam Jamil's main man. Okay. How was they able to set him up? Oh, we're just going to have some, we got some computers and some this over there at the warehouse. We just want you to, all he'd have to do was come and move them around. And he did. So it's receiving stolen goods. The feds come in, it's a setup. That's why somebody come, man, we got them computers. I don't want them. I don't want nothing like that. If you got something to come out of the store, you got a receipt for that, I don't want none of that. You know what I mean? But they think that's the way we are. Why you think we're still here? No. Oh, that, I don't want that. Oh, niggas love white women. Hey, ring, ring, ring. It's 12 o'clock at night, pouring down rain. Would you come and pick me up and take me over? I said, I ain't going no. You think it's 12 o'clock at night? And you a white woman? And you want me to drive you? This is back in the 80s. In the early 80s when they still had a little shine on them. I said, no, I'll call you a cab, but I ain't going to. Why? Because I could look at the thing, and that's how it worked, And they done did 50 million things, have none of them work because of underestimation. That's the nigga, he'll go for this, he'll go for that. And all they doing is throwing bait out, and we feeding them back their own bait. That's why we have the lecture, White Man on the Line. Remember that? That means we got him on the line. And when you hook the fish, you know you got him. Because anytime you put a little tug, you can feel a little tug back. He trying to take it. He rests a little, try to take it over here. But he hooked. We got boss man hooked. And we got the Zionists hooked. Hey, they've been outdone. And the Negroes are the one that outdid them. Okay. So, dear friends, we want y'all to help our community. And this is with cash money. So when we come out there, you can have the cash money with you. I think that's the best way. Don't send it to Masjid al-Islam and all that stuff. I don't think that it's necessary for any more questions. We thank y'all very much. And just one more thing I just want to show you. There's one thing about your community. Remember, this is the BAM earthquake in Iran. And it says, name of Almighty, presented to Masjid al-Islam. That's because we help raise funds for the earthquake. Okay, but this is 2004. This is 2004. When this earthquake happened, there was a sea change in the Daftar and other offices' mentality. What happened? We help raise funds, but we don't have a lot of money, and we don't have. So for this earthquake, they sent us a thank you thing and a little plaque for it, but we didn't raise much money. You know who raised the most money? All of those runaways and everything in LA and everywhere, those Iranians, because this is an Iranian project, they raised millions of dollars. And we raised a few thousand. That's when there was a sea change in attitude. When y'all looked at us, not y'all, like y'all, but those of us that were very popular and loved and very well known by the Iranian community in America couldn't raise a lot of money. We just couldn't. Why? Because we didn't do that. We were like the revolutionaries. But the ones that ran off from Iran with millions of dollars and the big places in LA and all those places for this earthquake, they raised millions of dollars. And they saw what they did, and they saw what they did, and they made a decision based on income. That was their mistake. But they made it. Don't make that again. Do not make that again. Thank you very much, and be prepared for our brothers to come by on Thursday nights out at IEC and help us get through this. Remember, I don't care what you say, we're still in this together. And I haven't enjoyed your revolution is the answer to our revolution. Remember, this revolution in Iran slipped up on everybody. It was a surprise. Okay, just so happened we had been Muslim a long time, and now we look at revolution as not racial, but based on Islam. So we're on the same team. And that's why we travel around this country for years, all day long, every day, to every university in the country, trying to keep everybody's spirits high. from the 1980s all the way up till a few years ago. I'll close with this. It was a mistake for some of the well-known people to exclude us from the front page of activity and adopt people like Medea Benjamin and all those people. It was a thorough mistake. And there's a few more mistakes, but I'm not going to talk about them. We're in the same boat. I'm just going to mention, we thank you for supporting Yemen like you do, for supporting Hezbollah like you do, for supporting Iraq like you do, and you fought them for 8 years, the bloodiest war in that region for all of that time, right? And even Afghanistan. So we thank you very much. Now, we're in a big struggle here. We're getting ready to initiate our third stage of super big struggle. And we want you in it with us. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Well,